This is Tomo News for Tuesday, March 14th.
Sea turtle dragged from beach for picture taking, then attacked. This loggerhead sea turtle is the latest animal to be used and abused by careless people trying to take photographs. The pictures were posted on June 15th by rescue group Animals Lebanon. The turtle can be seen getting dragged from Havana Beach just south of Beirut. The turtle was then subjected to being used as a prop for selfies, this little child even being placed on top of his shell. Once the people were done with him, one witness told the rescue group they began beating him with a stick on the head. The head trauma he suffered would support that claim, as veterinarians treating him report a depression in the skull that came from a recent strike. The turtle is said to be recovering at a marine animal facility until he's clear to be able to return to the waters. A blue shark in the Dominican Republic suffered the same ordeal, but died in the process. As did a swan in Macedonia back in March, and a dolphin in Argentina a month before that. Guess this trend of stupidity when it comes to taking pictures with animals is a global epidemic.
Canadian Mile High clubber convicted of sex act on plane. A Canadian woman who was found with her thong around her ankles going at it in a mutual masturbation session with a passenger has been found guilty of indecency on a plane. Alicia Elizabeth Lander started drinking at the airport, knocking back 10 shots of whiskey for a pre-flight warm-up, and then downing 4 more on the plane. Lander then asked if she could switch seats, so she could sit next to a man she had met while drinking in the departure lounge. Problem with getting hammered before a flight is your volume control is severely impaired, so naturally, talk of joining the Mile High was overheard by passengers. After being alerted, a flight attendant walked up to find Lander's underwear around her ankles, and 39-year-old Jason George Chase's fingers going to town downtown. Lander was asked to get dressed, although she initially denied being undressed. Lander returned to her seat to sleep it off, while the staff called ahead for police. She was greeted by police at the arrival gate and arrested on January 24th, 2014. Lander was convicted of committing an indecent act in public, assaulting a police officer, causing a disturbance, and causing mischief to property.
Taiwan's Blizzcon votes for most popular cosplay winner. Taiwan's Blizzcon team has been decided after the Taiwan Championship tournament, where 4 teams competed to qualify for the Heroes of the Storm World Championship at Blizzcon 2015. But before all that started, there was a cosplay competition. Fans were allowed to vote for their favorite cosplayer. Song Mo-sen, dressed as Kerrigan, the Queen of Blades, won after the gathered audience cast their votes. Song explained she and 2 friends had worked on the costume for over 3 weeks, and she was thankful to all the support from her friends and family, and she was especially teary by the time she thanked her cat. The winning team from Taiwan will go on to compete with 7 other teams for the World Championship.
Australian who bit off rat's head in viral video is now facing animal cruelty charges. Meet Mad Matt, the latest internet sensation. The Brisbane man, whose real name is Matt Maloney, posted a video online of himself chewing a live rat's head off. He's now being investigated by the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in Queensland. In the video, Maloney storms into a room, gets hit by a fluorescent light bulb, bites the rat's head off, and washes it down with 3 shots of vodka. Then he's punched in the face, has a chair broken on his back, and then challenges viewers to beat that. Due to YouTube's guidelines on graphic or violent content, we can't show you any of that. But it's available on our website via the link in the description. Comments on the video varied from calling Maloney a stupid idiot to legendary. Maloney said he was proud of the act. He claimed the rat was always going to die anyway and said he fed the rest of it to his pet snake, so nothing was wasted. Maloney has refused to apologize for the video and said nothing will make him regret what he did, noting that a man's gotta eat. Mad Matt also posted a video of him crashing a bike into a couple in the park for fun. He sure is special. Twin sister stoners mauled by dog, bitten more than 100 times. 21-year-old twin sisters Katie and Jessie Mather have been released from the hospital after being ripped apart like a chew toy by Katie's boyfriend's dog, Yogi, who tried to attack Jessie's 3-year-old son. The twins were walking Yogi in the park on December 30th when the dog attacked them. Jessie protected her son from being injured by the vicious dog, getting bitten more than 20 times, but Katie took the brunt of the dog's wrath and was bitten more than 100 times. A nearby witness, 73-year-old Ken Brody, hopped his backyard fence and kicked the dog, but backed off when Yogi bit his hand. 2 other witnesses, Brooklyn Purdy and her boyfriend Jackson Elliott, called the police and ran up to fend off the dog with hockey sticks. Police showed up to find the dog still biting Katie. One officer tried to distract him while the other officer checked on Katie. The dog was scared off by gunshots. Yogi was later found by police and turned over to the Richmond Animal Protection Society. There's a petition circulating online to get Yogi off of doggy death row. The Mather twins run several marijuana-related social media pages, including the Twins That Toke Facebook and Instagram pages. The twins have both been released from the hospital following medical treatment. Katie's boyfriend, Lucas McNeil, wrote in a Facebook post that the dog was taken from his house without his permission and may have been provoked before attacking people at the park. The Mather twins have been active on social media following all the attention from the attack, including the latest post to Katie's page saying, "No matter what, we won't ever give a
Manhattan dog walker sued for trading pup for drugs. A New York City fashionista is suing her long-term pet sitter after learning the man may have sold her dog for drugs while she was out of the country. Back in February, Morgan Bogle traveled to London for a business trip and left her 4-year-old pit bull mix Sugar in the care of her long-term dog walker, Tommy Doerr. Bogle became panicked when she received a call from neighbors that her dog walker had a meltdown. According to reports, Doerr ended up in a mental hospital, but not before being busted with PCP by NYPD cops. Sugar, however, was nowhere to be found. For weeks and weeks, volunteers gathered to search for Sugar, but to no avail. Bogle, who adopted Sugar 3 years ago, offered up a reward for her safe return. The hashtag FindSugarNYC shows hundreds of posts for the pup. Bogle, who believes Doerr traded Sugar for drugs, has sued the former pet sitter for $10,000, or the safe return of her dog. Sugar is a tan brindle pit mix with a lean build, weighing around 60 pounds with white markings on her forehead, chest, and her paws. Despite the allegations, the NYPD says no arrests have been made regarding the case.
German mayor blames the victims after dozens of women sexually assaulted in Cologne on New Year's Eve. People in the German city of Cologne took to the streets after dozens of women were sexually assaulted by roving packs of men on New Year's Eve. The attackers were part of a group of 1,000 men of Arab or North African descent. They appeared to be organized and operated in groups of 2 to 20 men during New Year's celebrations in a plaza near Cologne Cathedral. Victims complained that police were clearly understaffed that night. Police have received 90 complaints of pickpocketing or groping and 1 rape. Despite mounting problems with migrants in the city, Cologne's mayor, Henriette Recker, a known pro-refugee advocate, urged the public not to equate the assailants with refugees. Recker enraged many by proposing that women adopt a code of conduct to prevent a recurrence of the incident, which includes maintaining an arm's-length distance from strangers. She said the code of conduct will be available online and seems to genuinely believe that this will protect women in the city. Well, we and many netizens certainly disagree. What do you think?
Owner of killer pit bulls sued dead pet's family for $1 million. A Texas woman whose 4 pit bulls broke into her neighbor's yard and killed her pet beagle is now suing them for $1 million. On October 27th, Emerald White's 3 pit bulls and pit bull mix heard their neighbor's dog Bailey barking outside their fence. The pit bulls couldn't handle the 10-year-old's whimpering and broke into his territory to rough him up. The baker's daughter watched as White's dogs broke into their backyard, attacking their poor puppy. White rushed into the baker's yard, but says she was attacked by little Bailey, and that's when her dogs came to her defense. As White ran off, Bailey was outnumbered and viciously torn into pieces. The bakers helplessly watched their 4-legged family member die in front of their eyes. The bakers said they didn't take legal action against White because it wouldn't bring back their little Bailey. So imagine to their surprise when they got slapped with a $1 million lawsuit from White. White says she was suing the bakers for serious injuries and anxiety issues sustained during the scuffle, even though her 4 dogs are still alive. What do you think about White suing the bakers for $1 million in damages? Let us know in the comments below.
Cruel youths in Scotland Snapchat video of swinging kitten on rope. A manhunt is on for 2 young boys in Dundee, Scotland, who Snapchatted footage of them committing an unforgivable act of animal cruelty involving a little white kitten. According to reports by Snapchat users, the teens had leashed the cat using a body harness and then swung it around a field mercilessly. The teens seemed to be aware of the anger they would inspire, taking things a step further by posting a photo of one of them holding the frightened cat in the air with the caption, "Come get us." As anticipated, Snapchat users who saw the feed were livid, calling the act vile, cruel, and disgusting. According to the latest reports on the story, a family member of one of the teens claims the whole thing is being blown out of proportion. She says the kitten was running around and the boys were trying to lift it up, but it just looked like they were strangling it. She insists the feline is healthy, fine, and not injured. The Scottish SPCA isn't taking this lightly, though, and is investigating the situation to ensure the kitty's safety. Family pit bull mauls 3-day-old infant after being startled. 2-year-old Polo is facing the death penalty after he accidentally mauled his owner's newborn child. The family was reportedly in bed watching television with Polo and their baby boy. When the mother let out a cough, the young dog was caught off guard and suddenly reacted by biting the newborn. The parents were able to eventually pull the dog off the child, but when they tried calling 911, they were unable to connect on 2 separate attempts. They quickly rushed to the hospital, but the baby was pronounced dead on arrival. Polo, who is an American Staffordshire Terrier Great Dane mix, was collected by animal control officers and placed into quarantine for 10 days to determine if he has rabies. It will be up to his owners whether he is released back into their care or put down for his fatal mistake.
New York cop shoots aggressive pit bull dead. A pit bull was shot and killed by a New York police officer early on Sunday after it attacked his colleague. The 2 officers were dispatched following a call at a home for an illegal eviction after midnight in Jamaica, Queens. When they got there, the door opened and a pit bull came charging out. The dog attacked one of the officers and bit down on his hand. As his colleague fought with the pit bull, the other officer drew his gun and fired, killing the dog. The injured officer was taken to North Shore University Hospital to be treated for tinnitus and the bite wound.